Hey guys, about 2 hours ago, Ash flipped over. This is the Acanthoscurria geniculata. I'm trying to get a good actual ventral shot, but she's too far in there. I'm pretty sure this is a girl. So she's actually just started to move a little bit over the last 10 minutes or so. I started doing a time-lapse video. I think it was up to like 14 minutes and she didn't move one time. So now she's rather active. Seems like she's pumping fluid, starting to get ready to pop her carapace. I'm not really quite sure if she has or not. I can't tell. Because of where she's sitting, and I don't want to move the enclosure again. Trying to look through the GBB's walls of her enclosure here to see if she's popped the carapace yet, but I think she has, and I think that she'll be starting to push the top, get her front part, the carapace, and the bottom part of her the ventral part of her carapace where her fangs and everything are here. That's all going to be pushed, and then she'll wiggle her way or push her way out of the abdomen. Hopefully her molt is clean and she doesn't rip it apart, so we can pin it and try to sex her. I'm pretty sure that's a her, but I can't be positive. We'll hopefully find out with the molt. So what I'm going to do now that she's moving is I'm going to pause this, and then I'm going to set it up for time lapse and run the time lapse, and we'll add that part to the video. Okay, I just did a little time lapse. This was just kind of an experiment. I've not done a time lapse video before, so what you guys seen or saw in the last two clips were just time lapses from different angles. One was an abdominal shot from the straight on of the spider, and this one was the last one was from the side shot. You could see now that the fangs are completely out. She is trying to get her front forelegs, it looks like, and the abdomen. She still hasn't climbed out of the abdomen part yet. Now what I'll do is I'm going to pause this here, and I'm going to try and get you guys a view from the top. I'm not going to take the lid off, so you may be seeing down through. We'll have to see if there's a glare or not. If not, I'll bring you guys back to this view. Okay, so here is the top view. You have a little distortion, I think, because of the way that the light is. But you can at least kind of get an idea again of what the process is. And if you watch the abdomen part while they're molting, you'll see it start to like shrivel up, and that's when you know they're pulling out of it, which I do not see yet. It's always like a time that you worry when your spiders are molting, because it's such a fragile time for them, and spiders get stuck in molts a lot, and you always just hope that they make it through okay. But we'll watch this for a minute, and then I'll repause it, and we'll get some more footage when she's all the way out. Surprised she didn't really. She's been really. I mean, I'm not saying she because that's my assumption, but she has been very Large abdomen, dark abdomen. It's gotten really, really dark over the course of the last 5 to 6 days. I knew it was imminent, but she didn't really web a web mat, or a molt map, sorry, molt map. She just kind of, I mean, there's a little bit of webbing underneath her, but not much. Not like most spiders do, with they'll web at least a little tiny platform to keep anything off of them, and to keep, I almost want to say that they want to keep the dirt from sticking to them as their exoskeletons hardening also. I can't say that that's a fact, but it seems like a logical explanation why they lay a web mat so that nothing is sticking to them as they come out of their old exoskeleton, and their new exoskeleton is still soft. I'm not sure if anything can actually stick to it, and as it hardens would get stuck there like a piece of dirt or whatever. And I think it also protects stuff from coming up from underneath them. You know, bugs from underneath the soil that might come up and want to start chomping on them when they're in that soft, fragile state. Okay, I'm going to pause it here in about the 2-minute 50-second mark, so a few more seconds, and then we'll pick it back up when she's a little bit farther through. Maybe I can get the light set up in a different angle, shining through the side. Maybe that'll give us a better look. Okay, so we're back. Let's see if we can focus a little bit better. There we go. She's almost all the way out. Her legs all seem to be out. I can't tell if her abdomen is out because her legs are covering everything. I don't think that her abdomen is fully out yet. It's hard to really tell. She will be getting a new home once she hardens up next week. I'm going to have it set up and ready to go here this weekend, because I'm going to set up another enclosure for the I think the one spider I want to move out of the baseball cubes is the Sericopelma rubronitans. I also want to, so this enclosure will be open, the softball size enclosure will be open, and I do have one more softball sized enclosure open, so I do have you know, to decide who is going to move into the softball enclosures. And what I'm thinking about doing is taking the two Hysterocrates gigas and putting them together as a communal in one of these, and then put the Grammostola rosea in the other one. That'll take 3 of the baseball cubes off of that shelf up there, and we'll start being able to use some of the longer enclosures, the 124 scale enclosures on that shelf up there. Other than those 3 or 4, the Phormictopus cancerides will probably be the next ones to move out, probably into the longer 124 scale die-cast acrylic display cases. Again, many people use these. They're bought at Hobby Lobby. If you download the Hobby Lobby app, there's a weekly coupon that you can go in every day and use that coupon to get 40% off of any one single purchase. Most of the tellers are pretty good about taking it off of, like if you buy 3 or 4 of them, they generally will take it off the most expensive one for you. Some of them just run it in and it picks up whichever one that the computer will tell it to do the lowest one. But so yeah, we have some stuff moving around. It does look like abdomen is out. You can see those beautiful red hairs. Yeah, she is completely out of the molt right now. So hopefully when she flips, she'll move a little bit so that we can steal that molt off of her and pin it and see what it looks like inside. So I'm going to kill it here, or stop the video here, kill it here. Yeah, we're not killing anything. I'm going to stop the video here and re-put the time lapse on and see. We'll video her while she's kind of stretching out a little bit here and moving her legs back and forth, and maybe till she flips. Okay, so I did time lapse of about 4 or 5 different things, and I was just going to kind of just progressively run them in through. But what I'll do is I'll just add the time lapse stuff at the end of the video. You can watch the time lapse stuff. I don't know how long it's going to be. I'll cut it down because there's probably parts where the spider's not doing anything. But again, I've never done time lapse before, so one thing I did find out is that you can zoom in on time lapse. I'm hoping that I can edit and cut in time lapse. I imagine that I can. But you could see now she's starting to move her legs, pull them in, pumping the fluid, cleaning, or whatever she's doing, really. Like she's rubbing her legs together. I don't know how long from here it'll take before she decides to flip over. She's not in a very good spot, that's for sure, with the plant there and her home. I will be really looking forward to rehousing this girl. You know, the enclosure that we'll put her in is something that she will be in for a while. It'll be the old home of the Brachypelma albiceps before I moved the albiceps into the mini football helmet display case, which I found out of all my Brachypelma. I'll just mention this briefly. You know, I mean, I have, I don't know, 7 or 8 of them, different kinds. Baumgarteni, Amelias, the Bomi, Classy, Baggins, the Elbow Pelosum, the Himori, the Albiceps, the Schroderi. I honestly think that the Classy and the Albiceps move the absolute least. You don't see them move really at all. My Classy's been in the same corner in her little burrow in the corner of that softball enclosure for probably 7 or 8 months. The Albiceps, when it was in the other enclosure, it sat in the corner there, and it's sitting in the corner of the new one. Just don't want to move. Okay, well, we're gonna be done watching her this way, so I'm gonna wait till she actually flips, or when I think she's gonna start to flip, I'll try and turn that on so we can catch the flip again, like we did with Cheeto. Hopefully, we'll be able to get Ash here flipping back over. And you could see how translucent she is. You know, her legs are white, her fangs are really, really white. Her carapace is going to be white, and as the next couple days progress, she will darken up and get that vibrant black and white color, and then vibrant red hairs on the abdomen, which are very present, which you really didn't have before. I mean, they were faintly there, but you can really, really see them now. So I've been waiting for a while for her to molt, and I'm just glad that I caught her. I didn't catch her flipping, but it was it had to have been relatively quickly after, because she was walking around. I went out and made something to eat, ate, and when I got done and was cleaning up, I came back in and she was on her back. So okay, well, we're going to pause it here, and we'll pick back up when she's either getting ready to flip. You can see her fangs, so I think you guys can see them. Oh yeah. Sometimes it's hard for me to tell what you're seeing because the the clip that holds the phone on the tripod has a bar right down the middle, so it kind of breaks up the middle of my screen, so I can't completely see what's going on. But yeah, you can really see everything here. Okay. Okay, so she's starting to get a little restless. If you look real close, I think you could see, you could see the tarsal claws. They're very, very, very visible here. Kind of interesting to see, actually. Are you gonna flip? Can't tell if she's getting ready to flip or not flip. I keep saying she because I'm very, very hopeful. I think my other one is a female, so it wouldn't be bad either way, to be honest with you. I mean, I really don't care, but I really, really want a big, bulky female geniculata. Now, I told you guys about the LP molting. I haven't seen her out yet. Again, I don't know if that's a girl or a boy either. I don't know how much bigger it got from its molt. I'd probably try and feed the LP, the two Nandu Colorado Velocis, the Bantu, the female OBT, who hasn't eaten in who knows how long. We'll try the Grammostola mall, the Aphonopelma simani male, the Aphonopelma hensi female. I'll probably try the Brachypelma sabulosum, the female Dabus penaloris. Both Salmopaeus reduncus also need to be fed. So we have some other things that need to be fed, so I'll be just doing some filming over the course of the next couple days, feeding them and trying to rehouse and rearrange some things. And I got to redo, I'm going to do another part of the clip for the urticating hair video with Mike Farless. Now that I have the Rufusins, I can try and get video of I have video of the Murinus. Hopefully I can get video of the Rufusins, who's out all the time, and the Cyanonaphis, who's never out. We're going to try, and then I'll give the information that goes along with that to him. Okay, Ash, let's flip. This was actually, I mean, I watched Cheeto molt. So this is really only the second time that I've actually watched a whole entire molt. For, you know, I mean, the last 3.5 years of having multitudes of spiders like this, never really, again, like I said this before, I usually come home from work or getting ready to go to work and one of them's on their back and you have to leave, and then you're worried the whole day, as most of us are, even though they've been doing this for 300 million years. You imagine how many of these things molt every day without complications versus the ones that we do see that do have complications, and there's just no real way to say why they get stuck in their molt. It's like I really couldn't tell you. I mean, they don't pump the fluid the right way. They don't have enough internal fluid. I mean, I've had spiders that got stuck in the molt that were perfectly fine. You know, ate. A couple weeks later, you see them molting, and 6 hours later, they're still not out of it. Next day, they're not out of it, and then they're dead. It's just, it's a very, very, very rough time, very traumatic time. I can't imagine that it's fun. Try and push yourself out of clothing that's 2 times too small for you. I mean, think about that. Go, say you're a size large, go to a store and put on a size small coat. Try zipping it up and then try getting back out of it again. I've gone through that, where you go to the store and you're going to buy an article of clothing and the hanger says large, extra large, whatever, and you put it on, you're like, what the heck? And then you know, you actually look at the tag and it's a medium. You can't get it off. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop here and we'll pick back up when she's flipped. Okay, so yep, I missed the flip. I was actually taking the camera off the tripod to take a couple pictures with the macro lens while Ash was still upside down, and when I was moving the tripod, put it over on the bed, grabbed the camera, she was flipping. So this will be pretty much the end. There's quite a few here. I'm gonna try and cut it down a little bit. So, you know, I mean, you could skip, fast forward, go backwards, reverse, whatever. If you don't want to watch the ending, which would be the time-lapse part of it, you know, I mean, again, there was quite a bit of me watching her talking, which is the normal thing here. So, yeah, seems to be fine. Beautiful, beautiful coloring so far. Can't wait till she darkens out. We can get that molt out of there and check and see what she is. So, thanks for tuning in there and hanging in there this whole time on this video. I know it's probably way longer than it probably needed to be for a molt, but you don't get to see it very often. So I thought I would take advantage, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it and found it somewhat fascinating. So we will talk to everybody soon, and have a great weekend.